All right, so do you have it for me? Also, we'll do it in multiple ways. But this is what we're going to need to answer this question. We are going to need the best point estimate, which for us is the sample mean. We're going to need the sample standard deviation, S. We're going to need the critical value. And we'll use these three things. Well, actually, I'm sorry. We'll use these two things along with the fact that there's 20 students to get margin of error. And then we'll use margin of error along with the best point estimate to construct the confidence intervals. So first, we're going to have to find x bar, which is the sample mean. You can do it by hand. I've written the equation for you here. You can do it kind of smart or kind of slow, where you just type 4 plus 4 plus 4 plus 4 all the way through all 20 of those values, add them together, divide by 20, and that gives you a mean. Or you could use Excel, or you could use Desmos. But that's what you should be getting for your sample mean. As far as standard deviation is concerned, we've done this exercise in class well before we had the break, where we took the x value, every single one, we subtracted the mean, squared that, and then for all 20 values, we added all of those together. So, right, I had, 6 students who had 4 years to graduate. So I had this added to itself 6 times, plus a few of these, plus a few of these, a few of those, all the way down. You add all those together, and then you divide by, since it's a sample, 1 minus, 1 less than your sample size, square root that, that's your standard deviation. So, hey, if you took the time to do this by hand and you got 1.928 as your standard deviation, very well done. Or you could use Excel. Or you could use Desmos. As far as the t value is concerned, this one probably the quickest to run through. We're shooting for a 95% confidence level, or was it 90%? Did I change the numbers midway through? Anyway, it's going to be off this table either way. I guess it's 95% now. I am shooting for 95%. I have 20 numbers in my sample, which gives me 19 degrees of freedom. So I'm looking at 2. It is 90%. 1.729. So that's the typo. Okay. I'm waking up now. 1.729 is my critical value. Or we could use Excel. Or we could use Desmos. Right? We live in the future. We have all these tools at our disposal. So let me take the time to really illustrate for you how you could get these three things, right? The mean, standard deviation, and critical values, not just by hand, but also with Excel and also with Desmos. So Excel time, just real quick. And you can write this down. You can come back to this video whenever you need to. But what you got to do is got to have a column or some region with all your data in it. So I took the time to type it. If it's already available online, you can copy paste. But I have a column with all my datas in it. And then I found the mean using the average command. So equals average A:(A) will give you the mean of everything in column A, all the numbers anyway. And you get, hey, 5.675. Again, standard deviation .s, because it is a sample, is what we're looking for here, 1.928. Again, right? And once again, you can get your critical value for the t-test using t.inverse. And I want the 90% confidence level, 19 degrees of freedom, and that will give me 1.729. So you can calculate all these things in Excel pretty quick, as long as you remember the formulas. And of course, the internet's here to help you with that. Finally, Desmos is also here to bail you out. You can make a list in Desmos. You can do it by hand, where you have like S equals, and then you open a bracket and you type in all your numbers separated by commas. But actually, you can take any list that's online. Like I copied this list, and if you just copy a list from Excel and paste it into Desmos, it will format it for you automatically. And then you can get the mean with mean. You get the standard deviation with standard deviation. And you can, well, this is a little bit harder, but you can get the critical value using tdist.inverse CDF. So we can definitely agree. X bar is 5.675, S is 1.928, and the critical value is 1.729. We'll see you in the next video.